Jennifer Goodman. I'm the general manager of the VIN. Thank you all so much for coming tonight. This is the official launch of our art gallery. We have an amazing, distinguished crowd. Thank you so much to Ambassador Kmoníček for coming. Thank you to your beautiful wife, Indira, for hosting this event with us. It truly is a pleasure to have everyone here with us. This project has been a long time coming for the hotel. We started our renovation more than a year ago. It was meant to take 3 months. It took until March this year. We started April last year due to COVID and delays and everything else that we've all been through in the last year. It was a long, long time coming. And the beautiful thing about tonight is that everything tonight has come together seamlessly, quickly, beautifully. I will introduce in just a moment Satara Leona. She is the curator of Arts and Color. She and I connected last year during the pandemic, and she approached us about partnering to provide art in the hotel. I said, great. She's an amazing young woman. She represents some amazing artists, and when I saw Slavka Kratka's work, I said, oh, it's perfect, it's beautiful, it's colorful. And so she and I started our project together. In the meantime, I met Jan Duplain. Yes, that does deserve champagne. Jan called.
Sounds promising.
That's right. Also during the pandemic, to ask if she could borrow our kitchen. The chef from the Bahamas was competing in the Embassy Chef Challenge, and he needed a place to cook. So we said, sure, why not? We've got nothing going on but a renovation. And so the rest is history. When Jan heard what we were doing with Satara and Slavka, she said, oh, I know the ambassador from the Czech Republic. Let's put this thing all together. So everything really has come together just beautifully, which is wonderful. And we hope that this is going to be a regular event. We're celebrating not only Slavka's work tonight and Satara's gallery and the ambassador and Czech culture overall, but we're also celebrating the opening of our restaurant upstairs, Fred Stilla. Fred Stilla, which you're all trying some of the food tonight. The idea behind Fred Stilla is that every dish is inspired by a country around us. We are in DC, sure, but we really see ourselves as part of the global community, and we want our menu to represent that. We want to present that to our guests. So currently, when you look at our menu, each item says inspired by a particular country. We hope that in the future, each item is going to say contributed by, and whether we have an embassy chef or an ambassador who might want to contribute a dish, that's our goal moving forward, so that we can really give our guests and locals as well an amazing, unique experience that they won't get anywhere else. So that's a little bit about the hotel, about the restaurant, and about tonight. I will turn it over to our distinguished host. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you for the hotel hosting us. The ambassador's speech is the second point of the program, and you can expect that it will be a long, boring statistics of the successes of my government. So how about if we skip that part? I will just tell you that we are glad that there is a new gallery in Washington, because Washington boasts to have 70 museums and galleries. My home, Prague, boasts 79. New York has 83. It tells you all for our state propaganda how is actually the art important for us Czechs. You will see around here in this room the arts of Slavka Kratka, who paints in the style of naive art. Now, I don't know how you're accustomed to see the naive art. Most of the people have problem with it, because they look at it famously, like Einstein once said, that from naive simplicity you go to deeper, profound simplicity. What's the point of the naive art is that if we present painting as the language, then imagine if you had to write a novel using only 50 words. That's basically what naive art does, in a totally disregard of the three basic rules of how the symmetry should be done basically without the brush strokes, which leaves out the written of the painting. All what would help to convey the meaning is taken out. Still, the result is that you see exactly the same mood or the soul of the place as if you used the whole vocabulary of the picture art. So, with that in mind, we must basically agree with the French Louis Aragon, who once said that it would be naive to take naive art as naive. With that, I'm almost at the end. I will give you one wish. Stefan Zweig, Austrian writer who born in Austrian Habsburg monarchy when I was not born, but if I were, I would be the citizen of the same country, wrote a fantastic short story which I would like to share with you because there is a message of this exhibition. The story was called Invisible Collection. It's a short story about the old antiquity dealer who was collecting the very precious art all his life. And when he was almost dying, suddenly a different art dealer came to the town, basically to cheat him and get the collection out of him. But before he can go to the art dealer, he is visited by the old art dealer's wife. And she tells him, listen, I have the problem. I know you came to cheat my husband, but that's not the point. The point is he will be very proud to show you the collection because he is practically blind by now. He never realized I already sold the collection. What he will present to you are just empty blank papers, but he remembers every picture. That's what he will be talking about. So I wish you today to find at least one picture today which you will remember, and it will be part of your invisible collection in your head. Thanks for coming. And let me bring on stage the person who is to be blamed for almost everything, the curator of the exhibition. Please.
Hello, everybody. First, I just wanted to say thank you so much for showing up and for coming. This is honestly a dream come true for me. And I also wanted to give thanks to the Vin at the Embassy Row Hotel because I really couldn't have done this without them. To give you some background information about me, I'm a military brat. I was raised in Japan, and when I was 16, we moved to Reston, Virginia. I was there for a few years, and when I was 18, I moved to Honolulu, Hawaii to attend Hawaii Pacific University. So my educational background is actually in international business, but I always knew since I was 16 I wanted to work in the art consulting field. I come from an absolutely amazing family. All my family have just grown up around art, and they always instill that into me. And unfortunately, I'm not an artist, but I'm really good at business and I'm really good at consulting. So that's actually how I came up with opening up my gallery, Arts in Color. So we're actually located on 14th Street in downtown DC. So we have a location there too if you would like to see other artwork. And initially, when I decided to work with the hotel, they went through all the artists that I represent, and Slavka stood out to them. And not only did she stand out to them, but she stood out to me, and I just knew she was the perfect artist to display here in the gallery. So like Jen said, it took us around a year, but I'm so happy and just blessed that this whole thing came together. I'm really, really excited and happy that everybody here enjoys it. Like I said, it was a dream come true for me. My official physical location on 14th Street has only been open for around 6 months, and to even have this location here is an absolute blessing. I've only been out of college for a year, and this is just everything. I'll be 23 in October, so I can't wait for my birthday. But that's basically just what I wanted to share with you guys. I hope that everybody here enjoys the artwork. I really hope that everybody finds a piece that they can connect with. I really hope that everybody also looks in the secondary gallery and looks at other pieces. But overall, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for supporting me, the hotel. Thank you so much for supporting Slavka. Again, this is a dream come true, and thank you everybody again. I forgot one more thing. Slavka, unfortunately, she isn't able to be here with us physically, but we have a video submitted for her, and she is going to go ahead and say a few words for us. So if you could all just turn your attention to the screen.
Dámy a pánové, jsem výtvarnice Slavka Kratka a srdečně vás tímto vítám na zahájení výstavy mých obrazů. Zvláště také velmi zdravím našeho velvyslance, pana Hynka Kmoníčka. Zdravím. Velmi mě mrzí, že vzhledem současné situaci
Don't be afraid, there will be translation.
Osobně a být na zahájení s vámi. Snažím se malovat veselé obrazy, snažím se malovat krásno. Přeji si, aby když se divák podívá na můj obraz, měl pocit dobré nálady a pomocí své fantazie objevoval příběh odehrávající se na plátně před ním. Malují městečka, domy, krajiny z domky a všelijaké fantazijní kompozice, kde jsou i různá plavidla jak na vodě, tak ve vzduchu nad námi. Před plátnem mám většinou jasno, co chci zachytit. Ale často se stává, že v průběhu malby původní záměr zdokonaluji. Dámy a pánové, přeji vám příjemnou podívanou a jak jsem již řekla, pusťte úzdu své fantazii a přeji vám krásný čas při prohlídce mých obrazů, kde vás vtáhne děj a příběh přímo do mých obrazů.
Dear all, welcome. My name is Adela Bukovska and I am from the agency that representing Slavka Kratka. I will now try to translate a few words from Slavka Kratka, but I'm sorry, I will try to read them because it will be better for me and for you. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the artist Slavka Kratka and I would like to welcome you to the exhibition of my paintings. I also greet our ambassador, Mr. Hynek Kmoníček. I am very sorry that the current situation, I cannot represent my paintings in person and be at the exhibition with you. Now something about my paintings. I try to paint cheerful paintings. I wish for the audience to have a nice feeling when they look at my paintings and using their fantasy and perhaps memories from travels, they can admire the story playing out on the canvas of them. I paint houses, landscapes with sailboats both on the water and in the air above us. In front of the canvas, I usually have a clear idea what I want to capture. But it often happens that I improve the original intention of the painting in the process. Ladies and gentlemen, I wish you a pleasant evening and, as I said, let your imagination run wild. And I wish you a wonderful time while looking at my paintings when the story will draw you directly into my paintings. Thank you very much. Have a nice evening.
Well, and that's almost all for the art, because I know you came for food and Pilsner. So before you will be invited upstairs to sort of the United Nations General Assembly of Food, because it will be a lot of the food representing, if I counted correctly, 16 or 17 countries over there. I will use the opportunity to explain you just one dish there for which I am personally responsible. Every year, Evans DC does a competition of the professional chefs for the ambassadors. And the last year, I had the privilege to be the first ambassador to compete against the chefs of the other ambassadors. You understand that it's not easy for a layman to fight with the professionals. Each of them had in his life 1 or 2 restaurants. So logically what I did, I said I must do something where they cannot compete because such a dish does not exist. And I will create a non-existing dish for the competition. My original idea was that I will call this dish mushrooming in the Czech forest 4 in the morning, to sound like very elaborated. And the idea was that I will put mushrooms on a plate. I will cover them with a fork, shaped fork, like the morning fog in the forest, which I will create from the Czech beer foam. And I will use asparagus as the trees coming out of the fog. Yeah. The idea was fantastic, and very soon I understood why nobody ever did it. Because I stopped being ambassador for like 10 days, trying to thicken the Czech beer foam into something what stays in the shape. Let me tell you, I did everything. I tried eggs, I tried sugar, I tried agar, I tried every edible chemistry you can imagine to put the beer foam into the fog. Zero. Twice I almost detonated my own embassy as the result of that experiment, and then finally I got it, I have to give up. But in the process, by random, using the sugar, I actually caramelized the Pilsner beer foam into the caramel, which looks like a caramel, can be used as a caramel, and if you put it to your mouth, under 5 seconds melts back to the classical Czech Pilsner beer. So I said, okay, this will be the dish. This was the dish with which I competed, and this will be dish which I will personally serve for you upstairs in 10 minutes. And to cover these 10 minutes, thanks to the Evans DC, Gather DC, and Pepsi Cola, and all other sponsors, we will show you the movie How to Cook Without Dynamiting Your Embassy, which will present the dish you will be served very soon. So please enjoy. I run upstairs to change the dress and to be your chef in 10 minutes.
Okay, play.